like wildfires sweep through, in, or around where you're at?
Yes.
That's kind of scary, isn't it?
Yes.
We did that. We've lived through that a couple of times, and it's a situation. So I remember one time, I don't know, it was maybe 20, almost 22 years ago now, I guess. My daughter had just been born, so I mean, like maybe 2 months old, right? And we went through all of our windows and put plastic sheeting up on them, and then duct taped, around that to keep the smoke from coming into the house. Now we were where we were at. I mean, there was no risk of the fire shifting and getting to us, but the smoke was, man, you couldn't step outside without choking on it.
Hmm.
That was just a really weird experience.
Hmm.
And then the other time, yeah, I mean, that was we were part of evacuations at that point.
Hmm.
And got back, and I mean, thankfully, the house was fine, but trees, yeah, they're just, man, it was just messed up.
Hmm. Yeah. So the last danger season was 2019. We lived less than 1 kilometer from a national park. So it was literally less than a kilometer behind us was a national park. And I don't know if you know much about Australian flora and eucalyptus trees, but they love to burn.
Yeah. Eucalyptus has a lot of oils that just goes woof.
Yes. Yeah. And so we had strategies planned for if it broke through the national park, that we would have to bug out, basically.
So what do you guys do to help protect the drop bears during stuff like that? I tried to keep a straight face. Damn it, I tried.
Well, first of all, we don't protect the drop bears. They're bastards. But
come on. There's got to be one group out there that's like, let's save the drop bears. There has to be. Unilaterally across the country, there's not a single person that's for the drop bears. Oh man,
they killed so many settlers in the early years. Why would we protect them?
Well, isn't that something that also kind of helps keep would-be tourists at bay?
Yeah, but
I mean, I thought that there was something. I thought that they had evolved to a point where they only went after tourists. Or am I mistaken on that?
No, it's they only go after tourists because the tourists keep forgetting to put the Vegemite behind the ears.
Yeah. I follow. So when you go out, that's the.
Oh yeah. I mean, how else are you going to protect yourself from drop bears?
Cybermind, surely there's a don't drop the drop bear society.
There is, however, the Hoop Snake Society, of course.
I don't think I'm familiar with the hoop snake.
Really?
Oh wait, no wait, I do. That's the one that coils itself and then rolls after people.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I do know about those. Do y'all have snipes there?
Have what?
Snipes.
Snipes.
Snipe. Yeah, like SNIPE, snipe. We go snipe hunting here. And it's one of those things where the only way you can catch them is with a brown paper bag. They'll escape anything else, but for some reason they cannot figure out how to get out of a brown paper bag. Usually that's what you do when you go camping. And the only way you can really spot them is if you take, and it usually has to be a pretty good high-powered flashlight, but you take a flashlight and just blind them temporarily, and then you can swoop in and grab them with a brown paper bag.
No. They have them in New Zealand, but I'm not a Kiwi, so.
Gotcha.
Weird.
Yeah. It's kind of like a cross between like a bird and a mammal. Not quite platypus, but yeah.
Oh, didn't know about that.
Yep.
Dear.
Welcome to Talkin Drek.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm sure I had things on my mind beforehand, but I've just...
Oh, I've always had the uncanny knack of being able to grind almost any conversation to a complete total stop.
I don't think it's that. I feel like I may have used up all my creativity today building the giant pyramid from Stargate.
With Legos?
No, in No Man's Sky.
Oh, no, man. Oh, God. Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
I should have taken a picture to show before I logged out, but yeah, I've more or less spent the last 6 hours building that fucking thing.
Wow. Yeah, you definitely need to throw some photos into Discord. I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious, just the scale of things there. I mean, obviously, I mean, I've seen gameplay footage of the game, and I can kind of grasp, certain aspects of scale, but I don't know the full. I mean, I haven't played it, so I don't know. And it's one of those games that, as bad as I want to get into it, I kind of almost feel, I guess, intimidated would be the word, in that I don't want to jump in on something that I've never played before, where I'm surrounded by a bunch of people that have, I don't know, I don't even know if levels are a part of the game, but I'll liken it to kind of Warcraft. I jump in at level 1, but I'm surrounded by a bunch of level 90 characters, and it's like, what hope do I have in advancing at all? If I get into a group, I'm just going to be teased and harassed because, oh, you got to get good, man. You got to figure out how to play your class. Fuck you, man. I'm just playing the game to have fun. I'm not trying to do anything else here. And so, I mean, I just kind of feel a little intimidated with No Man's Sky because I don't know what it's like. I mean, I don't know, how difficult would it be for me to jump in to try to build something, from day one.
To quote a popular internet saying, super easy, barely an inconvenience.
Okay.
I will tell you this. No Man's Sky, for its 10th anniversary, about 60% of the player base got online to celebrate on the day. In fact, on the hour that the servers went live originally.
Okay.
Now, that was like 3 a.m. in the morning here, so I wasn't part of that, so fucking assholes. But anyway, But yeah, like you can play No Man's Sky solo. You can play specifically in a co-op group. So like, when you start the game, you can link in with a bunch of other people, a bunch of friends, find your friends, connect with them, and then you will start together. Or you can simply just find your coordinates and have a friend who's already playing fly to meet you.
So how is it set up? Is it like with Warcraft? There's dozens of different servers. Um, is No Man's Sky, is it just one big gigantic server, or are there multiple servers where if I jump in accidentally on one of them, me and you can't play together because you're on a completely different server than I am?
As far as everyone knows, no. The biggest hurdle in finding someone is finding the system.
Okay.
Let me put it this way. The starting galaxy, Euclid, has only been explored roughly about 63%. There's 255 galaxies.
And okay. So I have a feeling today is going to be Q&A on today's Talking Drek is going to be Q&A on No Man's Sky, because it's a game that I've really wanted to check out.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask like some wild scenarios, just because this is how my limited understanding of the game versus how I would think I would approach the game to play.
Okay.
How easy is it to become a space pirate? Two-part question, actually. How easy is it to become a space pirate that is specifically against the environment? Second part, that would be specifically against other players.
Other players I don't know about, mainly because every time I space pirate, I never run into anyone else. And let's be fair, since I started playing about 7 years ago,
Oh, jeez.
in the wild, I've only ever run into 3 people.
Oh, jeez. Wow. Okay.
In the wild. Now, in an expedition, I've come across a few more people, but that's an expedition. You're specifically in a zone.
Okay. So,
but, yeah.
How often in your travels do you run across? And I get that, obviously, if you're playing and I'm playing, we're on, literal opposite sides of the planet. So the odds are that we're both
Galaxy.
on at the same hour. Or no, I mean like Earth, planet Earth.
Okay.
You're here, I'm here.
Okay.
Or that way, whatever. And so your hours of play are different from my hours of play.
Yep.
So the odds of us both being on at the same time are maybe limited to 3 hours on any given day.
Sure.
So the chances of me and you crossing paths is going to be rare at best. That's how I would understand it. Now, what are the odds, however, that when you log out, you go to sleep, whatever, you have logged out of the game? What are the odds that I'm going to run across? Assume I'm in the same galaxy as you, assume I'm in the same quadrant, whatever they call it, as you. What are the odds that I'm going to run across your ship or your pyramid or whatever else that you have been putting together?
If I upload it to the server, then all you would need is to know where I am.
Wait a minute. What do you mean upload it to the server? What?
So when you build a base, you have the option to upload it to the server, in which case everyone who goes to that spot will find your base.
But if I choose to wait, so you can kind of play it offline?
Yeah. You can solo play.
Huh.
Just because you build a base doesn't mean everyone can come see it. If you upload it to a server, then everyone can see it. You can then also update the base as you like make changes, make improvements, etc., etc. So, and also getting back to it, being a space pirate basically means going to a pirate system, starting up the quest log at the pirate station with the bounty hunter, doing one quest, and then looking at what all the other objectives are for being a pirate. Like you don't actually have to keep doing the quests. You can advance in rank by just going off and raiding freighters, taking out patrols, basically just doing pirate shit.
Can I steal another player's ship and sell it for scrap?
Again, in the wild, I've only ever come across 3 people, and I was in such shock and awe. I don't know.
Gotcha.
Is this No Man's Sky?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I've turned today's Talking Drek into a Q&A of No Man's Sky. It's a game that I'm interested in checking out, but I just don't know anything about it.
Oh, I really want it. It's just the history behind the creation of that game and how it's been hyped up, fell into the ground, created a crater, and then it's like crawled its way out and like rebuilt itself up. I'm like, I have to respect the creators because they have gone out of their way to then build.
Yeah.
That's like, and it's free. Not the price tag, but like all the expansions have been given to the players for free.
Yeah.
It's something that I don't think I've seen that, like by a serious company going to these lengths, like except for Minecraft maybe.
Minecraft. So has No Man's Sky? Have they never had like a DLC that you have to pay for?
No, you get the base game. Everything that's followed has been free expansions, free upgrades, because. When they were doing the whole announcements, there were so many things that people were like, "Oh, you could do this, you could do that." It came out, and it was bare bones. They're like, "Oh, we have met none of the promises." So they've clawed it back by actually working on each individual promise, making a patch and going, "Here you go. This is now free. You can now base build. You can now ship build. You can now do quests. You can now interact. You can now do all of these things." We've now expanded upon the universe so that you've actually got a very large portion of the sector. We've now got more aliens. We've got different interactions.
So have they ever addressed like how they make money? Because I mean, I get. I mean, I'm looking at it now on Steam. It's $60, and I get, as a new person comes in, that's another $60 they get. But there's not a monthly exchange of cash to them. So how is that model sustainable? I mean, how have they been sustaining this for the past 10 years? I mean, are they really seeing that many new people buy this game every single month?
I think that because they do regular sales, like they do more sales and discounts, and they crop up in like every major event, and like even small ones, they just go like, "Hey, we've put it on sale now. Just cause." They are courting people. Like I am on the verge of just going, you know what? I'd like it to be. I've been trying to find it a bit cheaper, but you know what? I'm gonna bite the bullet. The next sale that they're gonna go on, I'm gonna get it because it's usually like 40 to 50% off.
I'm looking at like Crimson Desert, for example. I'm huge into that, and it's a one-time price. You pay for it. You've got the game. There are people, put it this way, there are people that have actively stopped playing the game because they have been coming out with updates so fast that it's like, I'm going to stop playing for a couple of months. just so that we have that many updates put into it that I can jump in and experience it like almost a completely new game at that point. We've got a DLC that's coming out this year. The game hasn't even been out for a year yet.
I mean, it's
amazing what they're doing. But I see how they're making their money is people are coming in and buying new copies of the game because it's just that good. So that's what I'm wondering about, like, after 10 years, everything that I hear about No Man's Sky screams at me that it's a very similar or that Crimson Desert has taken a very similar approach in that, it's a one-time payment, that kind of thing. But you've got a company that's behind it that is really pushing the support for the game towards the players. And I just scratch my head trying to figure out, well, how is just selling the base copy, how is that sustainable?
Well, this is a really weird concept in this day and age.
It is, yeah.
If we go back to like the 90s, 80s, and the 2000s, like, you got the base game. The developers would then move on and like work on something else in the background, and they would be doing something else in the meantime. But now we're sort of gone like, okay, you either get a base game from a indie developer, you get a AAA. I mean, I'm going to exclude Larian and like some of the other games we've made one-time payment games that's been massively successful. Like most games are, you buy the game, but it's not because of the campaign. It's mainly because there's some form of multiplayer or online connectivity where they can get another stream of revenue. But like single player games of this caliber just aren't being seen, or at least not in the major production or publications. And excluding companies like Larian.
Okay, so all right, major tangent there. Sorry. So Seraphis, what about the pyramids that you've been building? Just a single pyramid?
Yeah.
So what does that entail? I mean, like what is it? I mean, I would assume it's not just a simple like stone structure. Does it serve a purpose?
Well, technically, because I made it so big, I kind of decided to make it a multi-story labyrinth.
Okay.
Because you kind of don't really know what the rest of the pyramid looks like for the Abydos pyramid. So I was just like, well, I did the whole gate room thing and the stairway and all that, and then the outside. And then I was like, well, I've got a lot of empty space. I'm going to turn it into a labyrinth. And if you find your way up to the top, your surprise is you get to see all the secret paths on the outside of the inside of the pyramid.
So, okay, so...
And yes, it's made of stone.
What purpose does that serve? Like, because I would assume you created the labyrinth, you kind of know the paths to take and all that. Is that something that somebody else is going to be able to come in and get lost in, or is it just for your own satisfaction?
Currently, it's for my own satisfaction until I finish actually building out the base as a complex. Because right now, it just serves as where I've put down my base marker, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I assume that's so that somebody else can't put something there.
No, they can.
Oh.
But again, there's so many planets. There's so many. Again, Euclid, the starting galaxy, still has like over 40% of it that hasn't been explored. The pirate system I am building my pirate empire out of, where I put this pyramid, right, was discovered yesterday by me.
And how do you know that nobody else has been there?
Because when you check the data on the system that you've entered, it'll tell you who discovered it.
So these are like usernames
Wow.
that discovered this site.
So the user who first discovered this system has their name there. This pirate system had never been discovered before. And it had a desert planet with a ring on it. And I was like, that looks like a barren wasteland that looks like either Abydos or Australia in summer. So I'm going to set down a route there and make it the heart of my pirate empire.
Wow.
Yeah. Fun. So yeah, it's got a gate on it. All that. So yeah. Really comes down to, yeah, I'll upload it if I finish up the rest of the colony, I guess. And then, if you guys ever start playing, I'll give you the coordinates for it and you'll be able to find it.
Okay, I'm looking at something here about, and it's specifically addressing like how to find new systems. And this one thing says, people usually say stick to the outer edges of the galaxy to find new systems. It's just kind of a crapshoot that will probably require a lot of warp fuel. So what happens if I'm out exploring and I run out of whatever warp fuel is?
Okay, so you can't. The base... Okay, so warp fuel is antimatter, right?
Okay.
You can basically make antimatter from chromatic metal and something else. Off the top of my head, I have forgotten, but I know I've got like 10,000 or 9,999 resources to make more antimatter if I need it. Yeah, you won't ever stop in dead space. You will travel from your current system to the next system that you've targeted, and then you'll be out of fuel. But every system, like chromatic metal, for example, the reason why it's called that is because you can make it from one of 4 different primary stellar elements, one of them being copper.
Okay.
So as long as you can find one of them, you can create chromatic metal, then you can create antimatter, and then you can repower your ship, or the hyperdrive in your ship. So
is there ever a situation where I get stuck on my ship?
No.
And basically can't do anything else?
No.
Is there ever a situation where I'm on my ship? I assume it kind of the stuck would be orbiting a planet?
No. I mean, you can land on a planet and then not have enough launch thrust to get off the planet, but then you just make more thrust propulsion, and that shit, literally that shit is made from is it deuterium or dilithium or whatever the fuck it's called. It's a blue crystal. You can find it on literally every planet in the entire galaxy. So there's never a case of, oh no, I'm stuck on a planet. It's, oh crap, I ran out of fuel. There's some blue crystals. Back to your ship and...
Right.
Yeah. And quite frankly, that can be entirely negated by getting a S-class no, it's not an S-class. It's the propulsion upgrade from the anomaly, which enables auto recharge. So while you're flying around in space, it recharges your launch propulsion fuel. And it may or may not also recharge your pulse engine as well. That might only be the solar ships. I have no idea how many hours I've played No Man's Sky for. Mr. Vincent? 568 hours and 17 minutes.
Nice.
Of course, I've only been playing while I've been a dad, so you know that's why I've only got 500 hours and not 4,000.
I mean, you're in the same ballpark as me with Helldivers 2. I'm about 645 hours, and I'm playing that game borderline every day.
Yeah, I mean, I've been trying to figure out like some of my. This one element that I really like about Steam is that it'll show you how many hours you've put in on any given game. And Crimson Desert, I've got 274 hours, but I've got another game in here that I honestly I don't remember playing that much of it, but it shows that I've got 377 hours on it. Called Legions of Steel. It's an old game based off of a board game, and I mean, it was a lot of fun. I mean, it's kind of like a watered down Warhammer 40K, but everything that you needed was self-contained in the box itself, and it was essentially Space Marines versus Terminators.
Right.
But yeah, they came out about 10 years ago with a PC version of it, and as best I remember, I only went through the tutorial. But it shows I've got 377 hours on it. So I wonder if it's one of those things where I just left it up and running for like a week.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how I've got so many hours in Shop Titan.
Yeah.
Oh. Did I miss something? I did miss something.
No, he said his wife did something.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna end up jumping into it. Damn it, man! I've got so many games that I want to play. Power World, I still have that. Does anybody even still play that game anymore?
I think Tori still does. I mean, she doesn't stream anymore, but
yeah, I've only heard about that. Did she just up and completely leave?
I mean, her Discord is still going, still interacting and stuff. I think she just dropped YouTube because it was getting in the way.
I gotcha.
Of life.
I will say this, yeah. I mean, once you start making YouTube, if you're not willing to eat, breathe, sleep, drink, dream, and nightmare YouTube, yeah, it could be treated as a hobby for sure. But if you're serious about wanting to do it, it's all consuming.
Meanwhile, I've been looking to see how I can even further optimize my new unlimited power. Because I was like, I mean, my computer runs pretty much all the time. I just put it into standby mode when I go to bed and stuff like that. I was like, I wonder, like, what more could I be doing to like get money out of the fact that I've got unlimited power?
Yeah.
And so I just ended up Googling it, and one of the suggestions was crypto farming, and I'm like, that's stupid. Crypto's stupid. I'm
not smart enough to figure out exactly how to do that. I understand what it is in concept, but in practice, that's just miles above my comprehension.
I think I'm starting to understand it. And again, I've only been looking into it since last night.
That's great.
I think I understand it. It still seems stupid to me, but I mean, I think I worked out that with my current rig, I could probably squeeze out an additional just under $200 a year by doing crypto farming. So it's like
my extents or my limited experience with crypto. I took $15 and bought some cryptocurrency and invested in it almost like a stock. And that $15 is now worth $11.
Yeah.
So I'm like, everybody says, "Oh, cryptocurrency is the hottest, greatest thing. It's only ever going to increase in value." Bullshit.
Yeah. See. Okay, from what I understand, cryptocurrencies, investing in cryptocurrencies, is an even more volatile version of a stock market, especially playing it through, like, because I know in the US you've got less regulated forms of investing in the stock market. And basically, from what I understand, crypto is very similar to that kind of short-term watching of buying and selling stuff.
Yep.
I personally think it is absolutely stupid and a piece of shit. Again, this is me coming from a accounting degree, business degree, and someone who inherited generational securities from the Australian Security Exchange.
Right.
But I can say that kind of playing with money isn't going to generate much.
That's been my experience. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things. Unless you have, like $200,000 worth to drop into it, and I'm not saying drop all 200 grand into one thing. You'd have to be strategic and spread it out. But the moment let's say you drop, say $10,000 into 200 different things. Holy fuck, man! I just don't want to do that much work, So now I'm looking at 200 different things, looking to see which one spikes, which one drops. Going, okay, well, this one dropped by 4 points. We got to sell it. This one increased by 8 points. Okay, keep an eye on this one. When it gets to 10 points, we're going to sell it and take the profit, and that's going to recover the loss that we did on the one that we lost, 4 points on. No, I don't want to do that.
I would call that kind of investing fool's investing, because it's volatile.
Yeah, it is.
And I've said this multiple times, and I'm saying it from someone who understands how you should be treating a stock market, securities exchange, whatever you call it in your country, is that if you want to grow money, you start by investing in, what'd you do?
I don't know. I guess I touched a button and everything just kind of flashed on me.
You start by... Well, they're going to be really upset with what I'm about to say then. You start by investing in foundational industries. So this is going to sound really bad from your point of view, but trust me, it is the actual right thing. But you want to invest in the organizations that are the foundations of a civilization or a nation. So you want banks, you want mining, and getting more into this modern age, you want telecommunications.
and medical marijuana.
That's more applicable to your country than mine.
Well,
But investing into medical is also a very good blue chip choice. But yeah, basically these things only grow. They may grow slowly at times, they may grow faster at times, but they always grow.
okay, so this is forcing me to I'm going to drive things back to No Man's Sky.
Okay.
In a similar fashion, like with our stock market, is there a way in No Man's Sky? Okay, one, do they use currency?
Yes.
Okay.
There are
Is
three
there a
types of
way to-
currency.
3 types. Okay. Is
Yes.
there a way to generate currency offline?
Yes. Offline.
Yeah, like when you're not logged in and playing.
I mean, technically, you can generate the base currency by trading it at stations. So as long as you've got a facility set up in a base, you will continue to generate that resource that you can then go sell.
I'm thinking more along the lines of, let's say, okay, I log in,
Yep.
I create up whatever this is,
Yep.
and then I'm logged out I go on vacation for a week.
Mhm.
So I don't have the capability of logging into the game for a week.
Mhm.
Can I see like a week's worth of generated wealth? Is there a
Yep.
method in place to do that?
Yes. So, and basically, this is where architecture and engineering comes in. So,
Okay.
what you would do is you would create. So, let's say you're going to farm carbon. That you can technically just mine it from the ground, but let's say you're gonna let's go with copper, right? Because copper is actually a rare material. You're gonna mine copper. Within your base perimeter, you have a copper mine, or there's a copper deposit. You set up a mining extractor, and then you wire it so it's got power from your base. You set up the mining line so that as it's pumping materials out, it's sending it down to the storage tanks. Make, I don't know, 20 storage tanks, and
Okay.
yes, you will probably have 2 weeks worth of materials when you come back of copper that then you can take to the
Okay.
closest station and sell it all on the galactic market.
Gotcha.
You'll probably end up crushing the value of copper in that system by doing that, but that's a thing that happens, by the way.
So could I take it to your system, sell it, and crash your system, and then go back to my system with the profits?
Yes. And it can take like a week to rebalance that massive exchange. So yeah.
So just a week's worth of generating copper could potentially crash a system.
Mhm.
So if I do that
For-
every single week to the exact same system,
Oh yeah.
oh,
Oh yeah.
I'm sold. I'm sold.
You can live a capitalist dream in fucking No Man's Sky. I am honestly surprised the Spiffing Brit hasn't done a video of him just capitalistically exploiting the
Yeah.
entire galactic network. But yeah.
Wow. Hmm. Yeah, you see wheels turning. So
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, once you get to like more lucrative planets, your blue stars, your purple stars, you find a gas giant that you can go down on. You start mining the
Hey,
exotic.
I'm not going down on any gas giant.
You start mining those exotic resources, and then you can flood everything within 300 light years of you with this exotic resource that used to be worth like 10 million credits on the galactic market, and now you've reduced it down to 1 credit because you've saturated the entire area.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, and that's why I'm asking all these questions, because like I've got a really warped way of how I would want to play a game, and that's kind of detailing out like when I look at a game, I don't want to play it the way one is supposed to play it, right? I want to play it different than anybody else. I want to do something that I like to think outside the box. Of course, I realize that I'm not trying to break the game or anything, but I also realize that I'm sure there are people out there that already do that. That they generate a week's worth of stuff of wealth and go, trade it to purposely try to crash other systems. I get that. I don't think that's anything relatively unique or new.
And that doesn't really annoy people. What annoys people is people who glitch the game.
Glitch the game. So how does that?
So there are some people, there's not a lot, but there are some people who will try to glitch people into infinite glitches so that they can't continue playing the game. These people are generally assholes and they can get reported quite easily. But I've never seen that again.
What's an example? What?
So there's one that I've actively seen on YouTube where someone used a glitch ship to basically hover over someone to glitch them half into the ground, and it makes them then start spinning. And then, basically your play becomes unplayable, but in actual fact, you can reset to your last save point. So, yeah.
Gotcha.
It's really more of a 20-second inconvenience. But there are assholes about it.
So there are save, so you can save the game.
Yeah.
See, I think that's where, I guess that's where my mind is having a difficult time like wrapping around how that works. Like, is it a live service game or is it an off?
Yes.
It's both.
Yes.
Okay.
It's hybrid. Cyberminds, already mentioned that basically you can play solo, but even playing solo, you can come across stuff that other players have done. There's always going to be instances where you come across something that has been influenced by another player.
Okay. Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one that I think I'm going to check out at some point. I mean, I'm still having a lot of fun with Crimson Desert, but and it's one of those things where I'd like to get back on and doing some live streams, but like I'm sure you guys can hear the whirring of my air conditioner going right now.
It's not that bad. It's only a minor wobble in the background. A warble.
It's just aggravating the piss fire out of me. It just hurts my brain. I can feel it in my bones.
But yeah, I mean, if you do any streaming and it's not at 3 in the morning here, I'll be happy to jump on and try to find you. So
yeah.
And then you can check out my cool pirate ship. I'm
Now,
still.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I'm still trying to find a new pirate ship after what happened with the expedition. because I found the perfect S-class pirate dreadnought during the expedition, and it didn't transfer back into my main save.
What is an expedition?
So expeditions are things that happen every couple of months, basically whenever a new update comes out, and they'll usually run an expedition. Think of it kind of like a raid, but it can go on for a week or so. Like it takes about a week to complete, things like that. It has multi-stage objectives. Yeah. The
Now,
last
how
one.
locked down is any one person's ship? Like, if a stranger comes on board, for example, oh, here's a tool. I'm just going to put it into my inventory. Oh, here's a box. I'm going to put that into my inventory. Here's this, and this. I'm just going to scoop all that, put it in my inventory, and log out. How locked down is that stuff?
So, in general, it's usually very locked down. You can't usually interact with someone else's quote-unquote base. However, if you have a bunch of vaults on your ship or your base or whatever, they're your storage units, right? You can have up to 10 of them. They work universally but individually. So you can go to someone else's vault, say your 0 vault, open it up, and it'll be the contents of your vault.
Gotcha.
It won't be the contents of their vault. So
I gotcha. Okay.
You can exchange stuff though.
So I wouldn't necessarily have to ever worry about building something and then having just some complete rando come on board and wipe me completely out.
No. Okay. And I mean, if you started, I would probably dump half my inventory on you. So
Gotcha.
Starting with extra slots for everything.
No.
I have
that
so
is
many.
one element to Crimson Desert that I don't like is some stuff. So they've got containers. They have different containers for different things. They've got one for food, one for resources. That would be stuff like your iron ore, your copper ore, gold ore, that kind of stuff. One for outfits, so like your wardrobe, and then another for just like collections. So like if you run across something, you may find like 10 of the exact same thing, but this lets you throw one copy of that into this particular item, so that if you find 10 things and you accidentally sell all 10 of them, but you really needed that one item for something else, you can have access to it without having to go back and try to find something somewhere else in the game. But they all have very limited slot numbers. Like my food storage right now, I think can only hold 50 items. There's an upgrade you can get that will let you upgrade it to 200. But I haven't progressed far enough into the game yet to get the resources I need to upgrade it. So it kind of sounds similar.
Yeah. For the most part, most mineral-based resources cap in a slot at 9,999.
Wow. Okay.
Some unique things cap at 10, some things cap at 50, some things cap at 100. But at that point, you're kind of getting into food resources and things like that.
Right.
Yes, you can make a living from being a cook, by the way.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So you can be that takeaway guy from Fifth Element, basically, with his flying boat takeout joint.
Yeah.
But yeah, However, when you put things in storage specifically, the amount that you can put into one slot is double the amount that it can actually hold.
What do you mean?
So, like, if in your inventory you have an item that can only stack 10 times, when you put it into storage, it can stack 20.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah.
Hmm. And how long have you been playing the game?
About 7 years.
Jesus. Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. I still have the game save of the first game I was playing. I abandoned it because after about 3 months, I realized there were so many mistakes that I made that I was just like, I can't keep playing. I'm working out all the mistakes that I've made.
So, okay, so in saying that, I've got a similar situation with Crimson Desert, but like with No Man's Sky, what would be a mistake that you did on that first save, and what's the advantage of restarting the game instead of course correcting from that original save game?
Dying.
What does that do?
Usually you will lose several resources from your inventory.
Gotcha.
That original save, I ended up dying on the first planet I landed on so many times. It took me forever to get off of it. And when I finally did, I mean, technically there was no disadvantage to it, right? It's not
So
like...
is it kind of like starting up like Minecraft, and you've collected all these resources, you start building a house, but you still have, you've gotten all these, you've got diamond, iron, all this stuff, and then you're sitting there mining and you just don't hear it. The creeper comes up, blows you up, and you teleport back to your starting point. Your shit is still there, but you have to now traverse from wherever you were to wherever you died to get it back. And sometimes it's just faster to just start a whole new game.
Yes.
Okay.
And sometimes where you died was not optimal.
Yeah, like falling into an air vent or a lava vent or something like that.
Something like that, yes. That starting that original gameplay save, if I could ever find that original spot on that planet that I started on, there would be, it was a toxic world, and there would probably be some 15 to 20 grave markers in the middle of fucking nowhere in a fucking toxic environment, and there's just in the middle of this graveyard, there's a killer plant, and that is what killed me every time.
Gotcha. So highlight the comment that Cybervine just made, the very last one. Okay, No Man's Sky was primarily built for the solo player as the focus, so the MMO elements are designed to never intentionally allow a negative experience to the solo player.
Yep.
That is what I crave. I'm okay playing with other people, but that has been one of the biggest reasons that I scaled back from playing World of Warcraft, is that in the beginning, up through Burning Crusade, Wrath of the Lich King, a lot of those early expansions, you were okay, and solo play worked great. Then they started getting into the whole, well, in order to do this, mythic keys, and for example, you have to have a raid group. Man, I can't stand playing with other people. That's the last thing I want to do is, okay, well, we're going to meet on Friday night at 7 p.m. and start this raid. You log in. Well, we need to wait another 20 minutes because blah, blah, blah is eating dinner and blah, blah, blah is, doing whatever with the family. So now we have to wait a little bit until they can log in. The next thing you know, you've waited, an hour and you still haven't done anything. I mean, I'm just still piddling around in the game. Well, now, it's going to take 4 hours to run through the raid. I don't want to be on until midnight. So being able to play the game solo with an MMO element tethered to it as an afterthought is very appealing to me.
I'll be right back.
Okay. And now I get to run the whole show. What am I going to talk about? I have no idea. Let's meditate for a moment. I know, let's have a staring contest. Let's see who blinks first. I'm just going to stare at the camera and try not, and I just blinked, and I blinked again and again and again. Damn it, I lost. See how entertaining this is? I don't know what to say about stuff. Yeah, I don't know, man. No Man's Sky sounds like it'd be a fun experience. I have, like many others, I have seen some of the videos on YouTube of other people playing the game. Cybermind, I am the same as you regarding the MMO stuff. Yeah, I mean, I like playing with other people, but there's also times like with Seraphis, what just happened, where I have to stop, get up, walk away from the computer. I have bad circulation in my legs sometimes, and I have to get up and stretch my legs. I can't sit still for an hour. And yeah, I'm just trying to fill the space with work.
No, I mean, yeah, even in the expeditions, right? You're never on a time schedule to do any of it. I mean,
it's just whenever you want to get to it.
Yeah, expeditions will run for like 10 weeks or something. You have that time to be able to complete it at your pace.
Wow. Okay, so all right, this is probably I'm already sold on it at this point. It's looking at Steam, and it shows me that No Man's Sky is $60. Okay.
Yep.
Right now, I don't even have 2 nickels to rub together, so it's going to take me some time to get that funding together to get. But and I've seen online where I could get Steam keys for as low as like $16.29. This is one of those games where I would rather support the company as opposed to try to get it at the cheap, lowest bottom dollar price I can. Yeah. I don't mind spending, the $60 to get the game. I need to build my coffers up. But I will say that the moment that I do get this, my question is so if you and I wanted to start up, say, for example, a weekly Saturday live stream and just play, is that something that 2 people can play simultaneously or 3 people play simultaneously?
Yes.
In the same area?
Yes.
And do like co-op play?
Yes, there is a co-op play.
Okay, so how does that work? Let's say that you're only logging in for that co-op play, and hold on, let me backtrack. You've been playing for 7 years. I jump in and I'm fresh blood, green blood newbie playing. How overpowered are you going to be in the environment compared to how I'm progressing through the environment?
No. So if we started a play, it would create its own unique starting save, and we would all be at the same level.
So basically,
my advantage would be knowledge. That's it.
So you're not going to have access to like your
No,
advanced powered
you don't get access.
weapons or
The
It's-
only
it's-
thing I would have access to is the stuff I've already earned from expeditions, and even then, I need to go back to the anomaly to get them.
so how would that be okay? How would that be fun for you to basically revert back to a beginning level?
I've restarted the game 17 times.
Let me elaborate and add on to that.
Yeah.
Some of us is just we have a love for the game, the grind.
So do you play as well, Sax?
I want the game, like I really do.
But you haven't played it yet?
I mean, I have a different game where I have restarted that game several times over
Yeah.
because I've got other friends who are like, "Hey, let's play this game." And I was like, "Okay, well, we gotta start from the beginning, go through
Right.
this entire thing, and then we go and we do our own thing."
Right.
I want No Man's Sky. I really do. It's like on my list, and my what's it called? Like it's grinding me down to the point where it's like I'm waiting for the next sale and I'm gonna go right.
Yeah,
Drop
and
down
so
and
that's what I was just telling Seraphis. Like, I see online where I can get like a Steam key for like $16, $17, right? But I don't mind paying the $60 for it. I don't have that money right now,
No.
but I don't mind paying the $60 to support the company behind it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I do have, you know, I've got $20. I could go get a Steam key right now and start playing within, you know, however long it takes to download and install. But
It's the principle.
it's the principle, yeah.
No,
I'd rather support the company.
In this instance, with this company, yes.
Yeah.
I bought
Yeah.
the game at full.
actually I might have to consider just doing that as well. But it's the same with like Larian Studios. Like they have delivered multiple games at such high quality and consumer benefits where they've gone, you like, I'm going to pick Baldur's Gate 3. Massively big game.
Right.
And they went about the process of developing that game in a way that no other company does. And I didn't like the concept at the beginning. I was like, oh, they're just grabbing money and like they're not giving anything back for that. Not only was I wrong, I've had to take my hat and eat it and admit I completely mischaracterized the company. Because what they did is that they said, right, here's Baldur's Gate 3. Here is an early access. You can go and you can play like the first chapter over and over and over, and we will then release out different classes, different races, and that's going to generate feedback, and then we take that data, we make improvements, and we keep on doing that all the way through. Now, I thought, okay, well, so many companies, especially AAA companies, are using the early access as a way of just getting more money in.
Right.
And not really doing much. So I didn't see, I look at early access as a money grabbing scheme and an excuse to just get money early on and then grind out more money from the player base. Larian went the other way. It was cheaper in the early access, and at the end of the testing phase, you got that full game, for like half the price.
Right.
Everyone else was then had to pay the full price, and it was still worth it. But the head of Larian explained that they had set up 3 centers across the entire globe. So you would have one in America, one in the Philippines or Indonesia, and then one in Europe. So like as the time zones went across, there would be 24/7 data collections from across the entire globe.
Okay.
They would react and update the game in accordance to the data that they got, and then adjust it to the point of where they found that sweet equilibrium from like a year, 2 years of data harvesting from the players and releasing out new content and everything, which culminated into Baldur's Gate winning so much.
Right.
And the CEO turning around saying, right, this is a one-time price. And all the competitors, all the other AAA games were coming out and they were trying to say, no, this should not be the standard. You can't hold Larian Studios up as being the golden ticket of what everyone else has to do, because it's just not feasible. And correct, it's not feasible for them because they don't want to do that. Larian Studios turned around and said, we're making this game. We want it to be amazing. And the quality of that game should be what you judge us by. And if we fail, then we should be judged by that failure. If we succeed and you love it, we should be judged by that. Like, we are absolutely at the mercy of the court of opinion of the players.
Well, and honestly, that's how. So I really hope that is the new shift that we're seeing, because that's identical to how Pearl Abyss is approaching Crimson Desert.
Yeah.
They are very customer first forward.
Yes.
You know? And I find that just so mind-blowingly cool.
Yeah. It's incredible.
Yeah. I think that what impresses me about it is, damn it, man, finally somebody gets it that, if you put the customer's wants before yours, they're going to support you and you're going to make money hand over fist.
And that's the thing, like, I'm going to take on CD Projekt Red. They have, before Cyberpunk 2077, their reputation was just absolutely untarnished. People were holding up and going, like, they made The Witcher 3. They made a game where, at the beginning, when Witcher 3 came out, the graphics wasn't impressive. But as the technology progressed, they went back and they updated the graphics free of charge for all players. Then they went out and did, two big expansions. One of them literally winning Game of the Year as a DLC.
Wow.
Because it was so good. It was a game within a game. It was incredible.
And I think the weird part is, how many people would have still paid for that just to support the company?
Yeah, they do. But it's now to the point of where CD Projekt Red is so regularly saying, just put the game on sale. You can get The Witcher 3 Game of the Year edition, all DLCs, all expansions for less than $10. Like, they want you to have it. They want you to pay minimum price because they believe that, like, you should have this so that you can judge their capabilities.
Okay, so now let me kind of throw devil's advocate out there for a second.
Yeah.
Going back to kind of what we were talking about with No Man's Sky, how is something like that sustainable for the company? Like, how if they're selling a AAA title that's, $60-$70 on sale for $10, how are they making money after that kind of a sale?
GOG.
Yes. So it is to get the foot in the door. What CD Projekt Red is doing is they're trying to mimic Steam, but they know they can't fight Steam. They can't compete with Steam because Steam is significantly larger. They've got a different infrastructure and they've got a different fan base. So GOG, Good Old Games, is basically saying, right, we are not going to target Steam's audience. That's impossible. We can't win in that. What can we do? We can bring back games that has been abandoned.
Yeah.
We can do a thing called
I've got both GOG and
exactly same.
So,
Like, I love Steam. I love GOG. Like, those two launchers, I'm like, these are the only two launchers I want on my computer. Paradox can go fucking die. I won't touch any of their games. I will not give them any more money. I absolutely despise that company and those games. It triggers my tism in a good way, but in the same way, it's also this sort of thing of where, like, I look at them and go, you're greedy beyond taste. Like, it's greed for the sake of greed. It's a sin to buy from them at this point for me.
Look up Europa Universalis 3 or 4.
Hearts of Iron 4, Crusader Kings 3, like, all of these things, like, it's just DLCs. It's the equivalent of buying a train simulator. You've got like $1,000 worth of DLCs that you can go through. That's not the point. So CD Projekt Red gets you in by going, hey, our flagship, The Witcher, is on our platform. we promote it excessively on our platform. Get on our platform and you could do it there. But if you don't want to do it there, there are seasonal sales on Steam where it's not going to be as cheap, but it's still going to be cheap. And when I say still cheap, it's like $15, $20.
Right.
When they decide that they don't want to do, like, I don't know, those weird events where they go, hey, let's celebrate Eastern European people and their heritage and games around their culture and lower the prices down to like borderline 95% off. So that's how they make their money. But CD Projekt Red does have investors. They are making their money by having investors and stakeholders. And that's where we have seen the difference between CD Projekt Red and, well, Steam isn't really a game creator anymore. Not really.
Well, Valve, yeah.
Yeah, Valve isn't these days. So CD Projekt Red is earning their money by having investors. And those investors look at the portfolio of what they've been performing, how well they've been performing, and going, right, well, we would like to put our money into there because their growth is our growth. And that's one of the reasons why Cyberpunk 2077, when it was released for the Christmas rush, that was at the pressure of all of the shareholders. The game was at that point of like, right, we need to do like really good polishing. We need to get into the weeds and like really go through things because Cyberpunk, the game, had its production issues. There were a number of them. The original team set out to make it, built a couple of things, and then more people from the Witcher team came over with their own ideas and creative interpretations, which meant that things were being scrapped and redone over and over and over. Managers would go on a weekend to play a new game, come back on the Monday and go, hey, I played this game. This is a really cool mechanic. Let's try to implement that. So they would spend several weeks trying to implement a mechanic that wasn't meant for Cyberpunk, only to realize we have now wasted a month worth of resources. We can't do that. Then there was the consultancy where they got Mike Pondsmith over to actually tell them what Cyberpunk is. Now, I will give them credit for that. Actually reaching out to the creator, no different than Andrzej Sapkowski. I'll say that, yeah. Mike Pondsmith actually gave them a lot of things and a lot of ways to bring it about. And they stayed as true as they could to that within limitations of the technology that they had. And they reached a certain point where it's like, right, you now need to basically, you've finished the entire game, go back to the beginning and now go through with a fine-tooth comb and polish, correct, review the codes, like make things better. Because that's the sort of like peak that they built for themselves. The game got released because of pressure. The people inside of the company was openly revolting and saying, do not release it. It is not ready. It cannot be sustained. It will reflect badly. And it did. It did not get received very well. So, CD Projekt Red did a Hello Games. And said, right, gather up an emergency group, the brightest ones that we've got, find the most charismatic nerd, and put him in front of the camera. He's going to be explaining what the emergency group, the committee, is doing to correct all of this. And that's why we had like from release 1.0 to 1.5, all those updates were free. They were expansions, they were corrections, they were upgrades, quality of life, all done free of charge. And that at that point they went, right, we have done everything that we can within our resources and capabilities to make the game better. The next expansion will be a paid DLC. It was a good one.
And people, they were happy to support it.
They were happy to support it. It was actually a very good one. There has now been, similar to No Man's Sky, the game came up absolutely hyped, it crashed down, burned, and then it's been building itself up, and up, and the latest DLC has sort of like gone boom. Yep. There are now videos on YouTube coming out and going, in hindsight of Cyberpunk 2077, where they go, here is how it started. Here is the work that they did to correct themselves. Here is their redemption arc, and here is the end result. Yeah. Is Cyberpunk worth the money today?
Right.
Yes. At full price? Yes. At a discount? get it. Is the DLC worth it? Story-wise, yes. And the return of V is an emotional resurgence that many people want. Thank you, Surface. Because again, Cyberpunk brought about emotions. They brought about the investment from the players. You can play a male or female V. Their voices and dialogues were pre-made, but they made you get invested. They made you care. They made you see the world they made you immerse yourself in a world where the human soul is being grounded down into dust by capitalism in its most brutal stages, in a world where you struggle to survive, in a world where we're kind of returning to like the medieval society of once someone has to retire or can't work anymore, they now must survive off the benefits and support of their family, which is why some of the Latina communities you engage with, you see them being close-knit. That bit of social cohesion and culture continues despite the grinding and microcosms and atomization that you're exposed to. You see humanity at its finest, you see humanity at its absolute darkest, and you get out on the other side and you do sacrifices and you leave that game going, I have done something that might have done an impact. I feel good about it. I feel I've martyrdized myself. I hope it's all been worth it. Am I correct there, Seraphis? Am I catching it? Or am I a little bit off at the end?
No. I will say my experience, my ending. I mean, you either burn brightly or you fade away.
And that's Cyberpunk. You burn bright, and you burn short, or you burn low, and you stay in the background, and you won't be remembered. You won't be anyone.
But I will say, fucking Jackie's dead. Fucking Jackie, man. Just that is the first gut punch in the game.
Yeah.
Just saying. Fucking. I had to take a day before I went back.
That was a great character to like. Again, people can complain about like how Jackie got introduced and like how it all gone, but he was the gateway for the player to come in. Like it's no different than when you read a book. You've got like the main character, and then you've got a side character who's like gonna hold your hand, like introduce you into the world and like get you immersed. And then by a certain chapter, they let go, and like now you know enough. Now you can get in there. And that's what Jackie was there for. And ultimately, that was one of the first. That was also one of the harder decisions you're faced with. Like, what do you do with Jackie at the end of that? Because there's a lot of like discussions of like you can do this, or you can do this. Both of them have really bad consequences. Not that they're shown, but if you stop to think about it, there's some side things that can happen, and they do reflect later on in the game when a certain decisions comes back to haunt you.
Yes.
So, CD Projekt Red has had that, similar to No Man's Sky. And there's many other. I say that there's a number of games and game creators who stands out brightly in my eyes for actually caring about the consumers, about the clients, about the users. Unfortunately, we are living in a world where the gaming industry is not dictated by the consumers. It's dictated by the stockholders, by the investors, which is why we see companies like Blizzard Activation or Activision Blizzard. They are spewing out things that are just like, well, the fuck is this? What are you doing? How are you still running?
We saw a trend, so we chased it.
Yeah, but it's like you can't even chase it properly.
This is very true.
You've also then got Hollow Knight, I think it's called, where the creator it's like two two people in a basement somewhere in I think it's like Poland again, come out and it's like, oh, by the way, we haven't done any advertisement, we haven't done any of this, but we're now releasing it out. Why did it take us 7 years to make it? We just had so much fun making it. We got lost in what we were doing. We only stopped to think about what we had to do when we had to do our taxes. That's about it.
Yeah.
It's the same. Like I'm gonna be tooting at least the game that I'm enjoying a lot right now from Arrowhead. Helldivers right now is going through the whole thing of, or they went through the whole problem of, yeah, exactly. Sony is, fuck, every time I say that company's name, Sony at the beginning wanted to basically, Sony at the beginning was letting Arrowhead do their thing, and then they went, right, we now need to consolidate everyone on our PlayStation network.
Yeah.
Which meant 180 countries were now banned from playing the game.
Yep.
That took them like a year before they undid that. And that was from consistent pestering from the fan base.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Sony is just stepping in it left and right. They seem to be very headstrong with their current business model decisions. They lost me. I got rid of my PlayStation. I'm never going back to PlayStation console.
I think the last time I had a PlayStation was PlayStation 2, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm not.
Well, yeah. Now, if I do get one, it's going to be an older one to play, some of my old legacy games. But I won't get a new one.
No, I'm not. I'm going as a customer. Any of these Sony movies, I'm not gonna. It's gonna sound petty, but like I'm gonna do everything I can in my power to not give them a single cent of my money.
Yeah,
I want them to genuinely just go through the rest of their company history, never getting anything from me.
Yeah,
and if I want to watch any of their movies, it will be through alternative methods where they do not get money from me.
I get it.
Yes. Like their movies are, it's a hit and miss most of the time. It's mainly misses, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, okay, so aside from the new Spider-Man movie, which is done
it's done by Marvel, though.
Well, but it's still a Sony IP. It's done in collaboration with Marvel.
Yeah.
What is the last Sony movie? I don't know. I can't even think of anything that was.
Because they've also got like Resident Evil that they did.
Don't give any crap about that.
Yeah, no, me either. So I'm going through the movies that they've got.
Insidious, don't care about that.
No, don't. I swear. Good movie. I haven't watched it, but not interested either. Views, gold. 28 years later. Yeah, this is, I don't know. Not interested in a lot of these things.
Yeah, there's a lot of their movies. Resident Evil coming out in September. Don't care. Don't care enough. It's just Haunted Heist. Don't care.
It's like Sisu was like 2024, but even then, like it was just because they distributed it. It's not that they made it.
Right.
No, it's video games. They have, I don't know. They seem to be intentionally wanting to shoot themselves in the foot with a sort of shotgun, like the most spread and damage that they can do to themselves. And then still look upon their fan base and go, "Oh, why aren't you helping us? Why do you not care?" No, it's absolutely insane. It was like a meme I showed my wife earlier today of like the CEO just looking at the pictures like, and it's just Steam doing the bare minimum and yet out competing everyone else.
Yep.
Again, the move towards digital games, well, we've seen how well that's being handled by other companies, big companies as well. The direction towards, at least I'd say Microsoft got the whiff. All right, let's take it a few steps back. PlayStation 4 and the PS and the PlayStation 5, that period of the game consoles, you had PlayStation arguing, oh, you can lend games to your friends by handing over the CD and they can play it. And now Sony's the one spearheading, removing that. And Microsoft is turning around going, well, we're going to let you take the game, put it into an older console. That's now in your library. You can play that ad infinitum until someone else activates that thing, and then you can't do that. It's like, okay, that is making sense. I don't like it still, but it is a better position than what Sony's presenting. It's still two evils in my eyes. So,
okay, so that begs a question. With No Man's Sky, does that require a handshake with a server? Obviously, if I'm playing online with other people, it does. But in order for me to play it solo, does that require a handshake with a server to authenticate for me to play?
I don't think so. I think you can play offline.
Like Crimson Desert, I can play offline, but if I unplug my router, I cannot access it because it says, oh no, you have to be able to connect to our servers to handshake to authenticate that the game is valid.
Yeah, you can play completely offline.
So you could completely unplug your internet and still be able to play it.
Yep. According to this, yes.
Okay.
Stop selling it, Seraphis.
Okay.
Give us some dirt on that game. Tell us that it's bad. Something that we can spit upon it.
Okay, well, it doesn't have a conventional way of, playing in a group of people. You have to share your code to add your friends, which makes it a lot easier to play between consoles or various different platforms. So
it's exactly like Helldivers 2. Yeah. This is like, hi, here's my friend group. Here's my friend code. Would you like to? Because I'm on the Discord for Helldivers as well. People are just like, hey, here's my friend code. Add me so we can go and do X, Y, and Z. I was like, hello, random stranger. It is I, the taxation Dane, coming on to this planet.
Yeah. I guess there's only a finite amount of resources.
Listen, it's fine. You don't have to go that deep into it. At the end of the day, there are some games and some game developers who are just better at providing games. There's just no way around saying it. It's like,
yeah.
We've also got Pokemon.
Oh, who is that? Is that Nintendo that owns that?
Yeah.
No. No Man's Sky has their Pokemon.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
I was about to go Nintendo can go and burn and be thrown into the Mariana Trench and enjoy the suffocation of the pressure down there. I don't like. As a company, I like this. I have a strong dislike towards that company.
They have some shitty practices.
I don't like how they've been able to. They do, yes, and I don't like how they've been able to convince people that it's okay to just give them a free pass for it. I have met too many people who defend them. I'm like, I don't understand this. It's like, yeah, they make fun games, fun couch games for you and your friends. I'm like, I don't care. They're actively, they're litigiously targeting people just because it's the Japanese culture and law orientation that they are hyper focused on.
Yep. And some people don't like that and want to just stick with, being bogged down by American law.
I was trying to think the other day, like what video games has actually sort of come out from Denmark. I'm like, not really that many. Like we can't. IO was a part of like creating the Hitman series, but I'm pretty sure that at this point they're owned by an American division of some form.
Well, I mean, the games like Destroy All Humans was originally created by Australians. Crash Bandicoot was originally
Crash Bandicoot,
yeah, Australian group, but pretty much all those groups don't exist anymore because they got bought out by publishers that they teamed up with, and when they realized that Australia has workers' rights and various other things like paid overtime and weekend rates, and you have specific work hours, they shut down the studios.
Yeah.
And then since then, I think we've had a couple pop up, but they're all tiny indie studios.
Yeah.
I think the biggest one we've had recently is that music one, whatever the fuck that was called.
So I'm just going through IO Interactive to see, because they are Danish. It's just because they end up partnering themselves with other companies, like Square Enix apparently, to get their games out. Oh wait, it looks like they've finally gone independent. It's about fucking time. Good God.
Hollow Knight Silk Songs?
Yes, Hollow Knight Silk Song, yeah.
Huh.
That was the one I talked about. Took them 7 years to make the game because we're just having fun.
God damn it! What was that one? Everyone was talking about it because it pissed everyone off.
You need to narrow it down.
I don't even know how to describe it.
That's usually a bad sign.
Yeah. I'm going to look up Yahtzee. I'm pretty sure he did a review of it. What's that? Second Wind now, isn't it? God, this was a couple months ago, so I'm going to have to look back. Don't mind me, I'm just trying to find shit. Mixtape.
Oh, okay.
Yep. That was apparently made in Melbourne by mostly an Australian team. However, it's this is my biggest problem with it. It keeps showcasing things like one of the characters wears a rage top at one point, right? That was a music show on the Australian Broadcasting Channel Corporation back in the 90s, or started back in the 80s or 70s or something. Still kind of going to this day, early Saturday morning, Sunday morning, plays music videos, right?
Yep.
One of the characters is wearing one of those tops on there, but everything about the game screams the perception of an 80s, 90s American sitcom,
Right.
like that 70s show or something, that kind of style of things.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, what the fuck are you? What the fuck is this? Like, they have American accents. They're doing that, 90s American suburban life shit.
Mm-hmm.
But you've got like little bits of, Australia in it. And it's like, and I apologize for this one, Robert, but fucking East Coasters, stop being so Seppo. I hate them. I hate them so much. Anyway, that's why I haven't played the game. Also, apparently you can't fail in it. Because it's an experience. So, why they didn't just make it, on tracks and you just keep pushing continue to just watch the game, in that case, I have no idea. But anyway. Artiste. Sorry, I get grumpy.
That's all right.
But yeah, I miss the games we used to make here, because there's always so
tongue-in-cheek, cheeky.
Yes. If you've played, Destroy All Humans, you know exactly the type of games we used to play, or we used to make over here, and it's just like, just. It's like, yeah. What's going on in chat?
Only the most despicable things.
Right. Did you buy the game?
No.
No.
No, not yet.
So what's the friend code for?
For possible future purchases.
Uh-huh.
And collaborations.
Oh, so you already made your first mistake.
Adding you into it.
Yes. Your little notifications, you'll be like, Saxius is now playing Helldivers 2. Saxius is now playing Helldivers 2. Saxius is now playing.
You'll see me log in. Game Masters is now playing Crimson Desert.
There you go. As it should be.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I might as well put my sharing back on. Surface is playing Shop Titans.
There we go. Keep on forgetting.
Not that I'm not invested in this stream that I'm doing as well. That shows you what kind of host I am. I'm also playing a game. If it helps too, I'm also listening to music, so you're really lucky that I'm timing in and getting anything right that I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I don't need a fidget in my hands.
Hey.
Or do I? Oh, jeez. So is that friend code a Steam thing or something?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
They don't know.
Yeah,
how to do
it's to. Do you have Steam?
me.
Yeah.
Well, I don't use it as much, except for half the games I play.
Yeah, it's how you add friends into Steam. I don't have many friends. And I have a few that I don't even know who they are.
Well, you're not going to know who this person is.
Hmm.
Complete
That's
mystery,
weird.
really.
I added, but it's not showing you up.
Oh. It's probably for the best.
That's weird. You must be in invisible mode or something.
No, I'm on. I never turn it off.
I don't never turn mine off either, but I don't know. Three online.
Would it help if I sent you my code?
I thought you just did.
Well, I'll send you my code, since apparently we're coding each other.
Oh.
Oh, brother. Scan. Scan.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one thinking that. Oh, wait. Did you accept the friend request?
I did.
Okay.
Well, that's weird. I can see you on one of my lists, but like
There
in the
we are.
little pop-up box, you're not there.
Yeah, I had to apparently go up and down a few times, then it shows me oh, he's playing Shop Titans.
Yeah, I see that it's showing that he's playing Shop Titans, but I don't know. That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway.
No, I think we've talked enough about why. Oh, now
No Man's Sky is the greatest game?
Yeah, yes, exactly. Why it is just peak.
Yeah.
Because that and half a dozen games within the last 10 or so years has actually delivered games worth playing. Again, depending on your preference. I say this knowing full well that on the other side of the wall over there, my wife is playing House Flipper.
I have that too.
It's so soothing, though.
Oh my god!
It's so relaxing. She will just happily go in and I'm gonna do House Flipper now. I'm not gonna upgrade this entire thing. I'm not gonna work in a hospital and that will be the next 4 hours where all I do is just focus on that. That and Crime Scene Simulator or Crime Scene Cleaner Simulator. Crime Scene Cleaner, yeah. Because she likes that one as well. Because she's gone through. She's played that game 3 or 4 times now.
Yep, I've got House Flipper.
Yeah, House Flipper is fun.
I don't know why.
I find it oddly soothing as I just sit and just watch as my wife just plays it, and just completes it, like cleans up the room, gets rid of all the messes, then goes through and like lays the flooring, does the walls, then starts decorating it, painting it, and it's just relaxing to witness.
Yeah.
And usually, like if I sit and go like, okay, well, I crave violence now, I'll go in the other room and play either Helldivers 2 or Heroes of Science and Fiction, perhaps a little bit of Batman 3, the Lego game.
There we go. Now I see you.
Can't hide anymore. Aha.
I can still hide in GOG.
Yeah, I don't. I usually keep Steam up and open, but I don't. I usually don't keep my GOG interface up and open.
Long ago I set it so that Steam automatically opens when I turn on my computer, because usually I am gaming or something of that nature. I've turned it off for GOG, which is, again, I probably should do the same for Steam, because I didn't have to intentionally click to open it.
Yeah.
Let's go on Roll20 and see what horrors that my wallet might be seeing soon.
I'm just updating some games. Apparently I had games to update.
Yeah, well, the beauty of having Steam turn on every day is that it automatically goes, oh, it's a new day, I'm now allowed to update. Because I've told Steam, like, if there's an update, get it updated.
Oh, dear. Well, I think it's coming to that point.
Yeah, I think it is. Oh, slight side tangent before we close it off. My real life group, effectively, I've had to sit down with them and have a conversation. Because we've lost one player, because basically that was the boyfriend to one of the other players, and that couldn't really be sustained. And another player is now having to like work 3 jobs to get out of a financial situation. Which means I've got 3 players, and we're at a point of where our main game is like, right, I kind of want all players to be around, because we're now going to do like city building, base building, and all that fun jazz. Something that the players have never tried before, but I'd very much like to do it because the 5.5 rules have got a super simple set of like setups for how you can do it without it going into like AD&D 2nd edition. Oh, you got to calculate the environment and all these other things. I'm like, no, we don't have to worry about that just yet. We've got some other things we can do for fun. So I asked them, like, okay, well, what do we actually want to do? I'd like to have like a mini campaign that's not serious, where we can do a bit of fun. We're going backwards and forwards, and one of the players went, why not like an Ocean 11 game? Like just simple one-shots of like us doing heists and doing like funny things like that. We don't need to level up, but like just having like being level 5, 6, like we have a lot of powers that we can use, and we're actually competent in what we do. Like, why don't we do that? And I went, yes, let me find my map of Waterdeep. So that's the next big game. That's the next game we're gonna do in the intermediary. Is that they're gonna be doing cyberpunk or like Shadowrun, edge running, but in fantasy Waterdeep.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah. I'm half tempted to do what I did for Waterdeep some years ago, where I just went, right, the city of Waterdeep is now 5 million people. Absolutely insane, but there's super high magic. There's like internal areas where the druids and the clerics like forces nature to grow so that they can have literally farms inside of cities. So yeah, that's the next thing we're gonna do. My 40k group, my 40k group. To be transparent, like we've had a couple of really good sessions. That's maybe go like, okay, this is actually worth it. We're gonna have some macro sessions where they make decisions, and it's gonna be over the span of like in game like 6 to 7 months, and then that'll be it. So they now have to do like resource or like time management of like what projects that they want to do. Oh, yeah. And then I need to sit down and like just binge this man's channel because he's got a lot. To put it simply, Brian, you have a lot of good videos, and
I appreciate that.
Yeah, and I want to catch up on it, like especially now that you've got stuff about like Dark Sun and a bunch of other things. I'm like, I actually want to be in the loop of what's happening.
Boy, I've got a major topic with Dark Sun that I want to tackle, but YouTube is extremely sensitive, and so I'm trying to figure out ways to word that, or if I even need to go off platform to talk about it. But yeah, I mean, there's I can detail a bit more in Discord, but oof.
Yeah, fair. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing that, and if you need any help with wording, well, I mean, I'm sure you already know how to finesse your way around that. But I've been delving a bit more into what you've been making. I'm like, okay, this is good shit. I can spend my lunch hours just going through like 2 or 3 videos, because I normally listen at like 1.5 or 2 times speed.
Yeah,
because it's just like it's
yeah. Well, I mean, when somebody pushes a 20-minute video out, I mean, I do the same thing. I put it on 1.5 times speed, 2 times speed.
It's just, I don't know. Like I find myself digesting it a lot easier that way. And it's just because like my head can keep up with that speed.
Yeah,
like I can take it in very easily.
Yep. So what I'm going to do, this is an experiment, and I learned this from Spiffing Brit. I'm going to record a video.
Yeah. Oh,
and then I'm going to, on my side of things, do it at 2 times speed, so that when people watch it, they have to drop it down to half-time speed just to get the normal pace of it. And supposedly that's supposed to do something with the algorithm. And
have you also seen that you can then do Klingon language, and you can have 2 audios within the same video, meaning that people now have to go and rewatch the entire thing. So you can have one series of it where you say certain things, and you can have a sub layer where people go and say a different thing. But you
I've yet to figure out how that actually works, but yeah, I have seen that.
Yeah. Basically, like you got the visuals up. It's just the audio, and then you have to like do the main one that you upload, but then you put in the second one as like a translation thing, and you select Klingon so people can so they know that like, oh, this is actually the subtext.
Yeah,
and you can have that. But thank you. Yes, Spiffing Brit has got some funny ways that he just abuses the game, and how he did like a 7-hour-long video of like non-stop advertisement. I saw that. I was just like, that can't be real. Oh no, it was.
Oh god. Yeah.
Cool.
Right. Hey, we just made it to 2 hours and 7, 8, 9, 10 seconds, 11 seconds,
12,
seconds,
13.
13, 14, 15. Tism time.
I was going to say, like, please stop.
22, 23, 24, 25, 26.
Take the W and move on.
Oh, if only I could. But I haven't said cunt yet, so.
Have you heard of this game? Hey, that's reversed. Hold on.
Yeah. Basically,
Nasave?
yeah.
I haven't heard of Nasave before. Is it good?
Nasave. Hold on.
Yeah, so it's, yeah.
Basin.
Yeah.
Yes, heard of that.
That's going to be the next. Well, actually, I got so much stuff from Free League that I need to start paying attention to.
God damn right. Free League is just. That's like the RPG.
They're the No
version,
Man's
like,
Sky of the
Yeah.
role playing, tabletop role playing. Yeah.
It's not that they've got like any bad period. It's just like they go like, "Ooh, this guy has got 500 subscribers and he talks about role playing games. Send this man a package of the latest thing." It's like, but my dear, my lord, I don't know who you are. It's like, you will learn who we are. And
I've got the starter box.
Yeah.
This book. And this book.
Yeah.
And then.
See, I would like that, but I don't think people will actually send free stuff to Australia. So
I have some Invincible stuff.
I liked your Invincible review. I am looking at that game and thinking, oh, that'll be fun.
Starter box set for it.
Yep.
Core book. And then this is the one that I'm looking at and reading through right now. It's Dragonbane's Book of Magic.
Yeah.
And then Dragonbane's City.
Nice.
These are Dragonbane is amazing. From what I've looked through Basin so far, it's really wicked cool too.
It's bringing about like the Call of Cthulhu, Nordic mythology.
Yeah.
With the whole again, you don't have the insanity aspect of the Lovecraftian or Call of Cthulhu, but you've got the whole terror.
Yeah.
Like fear.
Almost folklore. Horror, but anyway, yeah. I mean, I got a lot of stuff that I need to work on there. I think the Book of Magic drops tomorrow, or Wednesday, the 25th, whatever day that is.
Yeah. I mean, that's tomorrow for me.
Yeah, you're in the future though.
I know. It's fun being in the future.
Except you can't really share the benefits of the stock market and the lottery tickets with the rest of us.
Contractual NDA.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why you got to find these airtight loopholes that I can't break?
I will say that that particular stock is going to be changing.
Gotcha.
No, I
and
just
if you
need to go through
know the one.
I mean, I think it's a fair bet to say that every stock is going to be changing. All of them. Like every stock that exists.
We've dragged it on for another 5 minutes. Well done, gentlemen.
No, it's 20. It's 2:04, 51, 52, 53, 54.
Jesus Christ, help
55,
me.
56, 57, 58, 59.
See,
Now it's
this is-
5 minutes.
see, normally I
23
turn
seconds.
around and go,
4 seconds.
good
5
God,
seconds,
give
6
me
seconds,
strength.
7
And
seconds.
one of my players will lean in and go,
9 seconds.
no.
10 seconds.
Oh, okay, please end this, Surface. I beg you.
15 seconds.
Okay,
He's
I'll
happy.
end it. I'll end
He's
it.
happy I can't have this.
I'll end it by
I'm
breaking
happy
the
you can't
NDA,
have this.
and I'll let everyone know that the stock changing tomorrow. You got to be careful. Now it's
And he just left himself and left the rest of us there.
He's not a you. He did a you.
He did a me, but we're still here on his show.
While it's live.
I can't unlive. I can't make it not live anymore. That's not
You
how
are-
this works, Seraphis.
I can't unlive it. I'm like, that's careful.
Seraphis. Yeah, no, Seraphis, you gotta come back so you can. I don't know how to click